In the heart of the city, shrouded in shadows and echoing with the distant hum of traffic, there stood a recording studio that bore a notorious reputation. Dark tales whispered through the city's musical underground, tales of a place where the boundary between the living and the ethereal seemed to blur. Many artists had entered its soundproofed walls with dreams of creating the next big hit, only to emerge with stories that chilled the very marrow in their bones. It was a stormy night when Alex, an aspiring musician with a hunger for fame, ventured into the legendary studio. Ignoring the ominous warnings from fellow musicians, he saw it as an opportunity to elevate his career. The studio, with its weathered facade, creaking doors, and flickering neon sign, seemed to beckon him like a siren's call. The moment Alex crossed the threshold, an unsettling feeling gripped him. The air hung heavy with an otherworldly energy, as though the very walls were whispering secrets from a realm beyond. Undeterred, he set up his equipment in the dimly lit recording booth, surrounded by aging soundproofing foam that seemed to absorb not only sound, but also the echoes of forgotten melodies. As Alex began to play his haunting melody, the studio responded in kind. The sound seemed to take on a life of its own, dancing through the air like phantoms. Unseen hands manipulated the mixing boards, and the spectral notes intertwined with Alex's music, creating an otherworldly symphony that transcended the boundaries of mortal comprehension. As the recording session progressed, a sense of unease settled over Alex. Shadows flitted across the control room, and strange whispers echoed through the headphones. His reflection in the studio glass seemed to warp and contort, revealing twisted faces that were not his own. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was not alone, that unseen eyes were scrutinizing every note, every chord. In a moment of terror, the studio's vintage reel-to-reel tape recorder sprang to life on its own accord. It played a chilling melody that mirrored Alex's own, but with an eerie undertone that sent shivers down his spine. The spectral notes seemed to tell a tale of lost souls, bound to the studio by a malevolent force, seeking redemption through the music that trapped them in the ethereal realm. The studio's atmosphere grew more oppressive with each passing minute, and Alex felt an invisible grip tightening around his creativity. Desperation set in as he struggled to end the session, but the studios seemed to feed on his fear and uncertainty. The once friendly neon sign outside flickered ominously, casting long, distorted shadows that danced on the walls like macabre puppets. In a final, desperate act, Alex smashed his guitar against the studio console, shattering the illusion that bound him to the spectral realm. The recording booth fell silent, the haunting melody extinguished. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, leaving Alex gasping for breath in the eerie silence. As he stumbled out of the studio, he glanced back one last time at the neon sign, now still and lifeless. The recording studio stood as a quiet mausoleum of forgotten dreams and trapped souls, a place where the line between the living and the spectral had been crossed and blurred in the pursuit of musical perfection. The next day, the studio stood empty once more, its doors locked, and its reputation intact. The tale of Alex's nightmarish recording session joined the ghostly chorus of whispers that warned aspiring musicians to steer clear of the studio, a haunted sanctuary where the pursuit of musical brilliance could lead one down a treacherous path into the unknown.